Shalom and good day all, this is T-Healing29 back again for another DC review, and for this DC review I'll be covering Kneel Before Zod issue 1 and also Superman 78 Metal Curtain issue 3. I'll now get things organised for the first one that I'll be covering. So as we move into the first one, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? It does, to which I give it an 8 out of 10. I'll now move to the area of the internal art as we have a look around the beginning, middle and the end, and also what's happening with the cast of characters. So as the story begins, we have the character of Drew Zod, and in this appearance we see that he's struggling with some of the things of his past as well as what is happening in the future. As we start to jump towards the middle of the story, we see Lord Zod doing something to get the attention of his father, only for his father to be a complete a-hole, because that's the villain he is. And as we start to move towards the end of the story, we have the Khunds that sort of like have a bit of a rebellion up against Zod himself, and of course they get themselves in a deathly predicament, to which not many of them survive. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story and its rating. So first things first, what do we get time-wise? First we have now being used and 1 month later. Next is the area of the location to which this takes place, which we have New Candor, and we also get the Phantom Zone brought up. The cast of characters consisting of Drew Zod, Jor-El, because we do see his appearance, Eradicator, Ursa, Lord Zod, the Khunds, and we also see the appearance of Superman. For the overall rating in this, it's really nice to see a villain be a villain once again. I give it an 8 out of 10. Now it's time to move into Superman 78 Metal Curtain issue 3. So as we move into Superman 78 Metal Curtain issue 3, does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? In some essence it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. It's now time to move to the next thing, which is the internal art, as we have a look around the beginning, middle and of course the end, and also what's happening story-wise with the characters. So as the story begins, we catch up with Superman, who is at the Bering Sea on one of Lane's ships, and we realize that he's practically a patient whilst he's on the ship. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, we realize that Metallo, whilst he's got this Kryptonian-like heart in him, it does actually place an effect on his body, to which he has now an excess of strength where he never did once before. And of course, some of the feats that he's able to perform. And last but not least, we move towards the end, to which we catch up, to which we get to see what Lex Luthor is doing in Metropolis. So for the internal art, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Now it's time to move in relation to the area of the story rating. Firstly, do we get anything that addresses the area of time? No, we don't. Next is the area of location, to which we see the Daily Planet, the Bering Sea, the North Pole, to which we also see the Fortress of Solitude, and we also get to see what is happening in Moscow. The cast of characters consisting of Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, Perry White, Clark Kent, Superman. Of course, we have General Sam Lane, Metallo, and last but not least, the character of Lex Luthor, to which this story gets an overall rating of 7 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.